Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome to the Dyslexic Reader. Today I'm going to be telling you my TBR for the Christmas Feast Magical Readathon. This is a readathon that's hosted by G over at Book Roast, whose videos and channels I'll link below. This whole year she has done an amazing job of hosting a couple of different readathons that are Harry Potter themed. So I believe it was April, we set our owls and each subject had a challenge to see how many subjects you could get. Then in August we set our newts and it was a little bit more complex, so you had to read more books to get higher grades. And then there was a Charms extra credit readathon where if you completed so many challenges you got to start your Charms assignment for the next set of owls a couple of days early, which was really fun. And she has also come up with this Christmas Feast readathon that kind of celebrates the holidays at Hogwarts. Now, I will link her video down below, and she has made the most ingenious spread for how the challenges are set out. I'm going to try and quickly explain to you what it is, and I'll put a little picture of it up on the screen. So it's like the Marauders map, and you have all the different things, activities that you could do at Hogwarts during the holidays, and they all have challenges attached to them, and you follow the little footsteps and everyone goes a different path, but we all start and end in the same place. I hope that makes sense somewhat. If you're at all confused, go and watch her announcement video. It's all explained very well there. So the first assignment for everybody is finish your coursework. Of course, that has to be done before you can start celebrating the holidays, and I thought this was an ingenious prompt for a readathon, and that's finish your current read. I know that I have done this before where you're halfway through a book and you have to set it aside or rush to finish it, or you finish a book a couple of days before and you don't want to start anything before the readathon. So if it was, wrong one. Me picking up wrong books. If it was at the minute, this is my current read, so my first prompt would be to finish the rest of this book before moving on, and that is the same for everybody. For the second prompt, you have the choice of you can go and help Hagrid decorate the trees, or you can have a snowball fight with the Weasley twins. I chose to help Hagrid decorate the trees, which is what I would choose to do, but I'm not going to lie, some of these prompts were picked because I could find books that I wanted to read that matched them, and some of them were picked just because of the activity. And for this one, we have to read a book with gold. Details, foiling, lettering, just the golden colour on the cover. And for this, it was a previous book that I've picked up. Oh, here it is. City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. This is the fourth in the Shadowhunter. I was reading this at the start of the year, read the first three, really enjoyed it. Didn't think it was absolutely fabulous or mind-blowing, but it was just a good time. And this is the fourth one, which I haven't got to. I haven't read them in months, so I'm hoping that I remember everything on it. And you can just see that City of Fallen Angels is written in gold, and there's some gold on the spine as well. So this is going to be like the biggest of all the books because it only runs for a week. It's the week before Christmas. Oh no, it's 10 days because it's the week before Christmas, and then like Boxing Day and a couple of days after, because some people wanted it to be over Christmas and some people said they were too busy over Christmas, they wanted it to be before, so that was the compromise. So yeah, I think I should get through this in a week, and then hopefully the others will kind of fit in around it. The third prompt for everyone is the same again, so we all split off and do our own things, and then we come back together and we visit the Three Broomsticks for some mulled pixie wine together. And this is a book that you can finish in an evening, in a day, in a sitting, whatever way you want to put it, so that everyone comes together. It might not be exactly on the same day, but roughly, and there's a lot of discussion on Twitter and on Discord. This is all explained in G's video, but there's a lot of chat going on so that you can like kind of hang out with the people that you're reading with that night. And I have decided that I will read I haven't decided which one exactly, one of my little Penguin classics. So we have the black original classics and then the modern classics, or the kind of tealy ones. I have read some of these, but not all of them. So I'll just pick whatever one I'm feeling that evening and sit down and read one of these. After you've spent the evening with your friend in the Three Broomsticks, You can do 3 different things. You can exchange presents in the common room, sneak into the kitchen to gift Dobby socks, or attend a Yule Ball. And this is the one where I picked the prompt over the activity. I chose to attend a Yule Ball, which is not my scene at all. I would absolutely hate it, but it was the best prompt for me. And it was a book you prepare yourself for, and this could be maybe part of a series, so you have to read the first ones. You maybe have to prepare yourself, you want to get all cozy and set up, or you mentally have to prepare yourself because it's a heavy subject. And for myself, I picked A Christmas Carol. I read this every year on the week of Christmas, so I had to fit it in somewhere, and this is a book just every year that I really enjoy reading. This is a very special addition to me, and my parents gifted me this. It's very kind of old family book, and I sit down every year and read this, and I just look so forward to it. And every year I pull something new out of the story, and I sit down in front of the fire and I get myself a cup of tea and some snacks, and I sit and just fall into it and immerse myself. So this is definitely a book that I prepare myself for every single year and know that I'm going to love, and I'm just so excited to get round to reading it again. And if you choose to go to the Yule Ball, then you have 2 more that you could choose from. You could use the invisibility cloak to get into the restricted section, which would be to read a banned book, or you can bring a festive treat to Hedwig, and that's the one that I decided to go with. And the prompt is to read a book that involves animals in the title, on the cover, in the name of the series, just in some way involves animals. And I picked The Birds and Other Short Stories by Daphne du Maurier, but I'm not going to, well, I might read them all if I have time, but I doubt I will. I'm just going to read The Birds, which is quite a big chunk of this book, and as you can see, the minuscule writing, so I think just to read the actual story of The Birds would be really good. I'm a massive du Maurier fan, but I have never read The Birds, which is one of probably her most famous stories, being turned into an Alfred Hitchcock movie, which I love, but not so much now as an adult, but as a child, the ending always frustrated me because it just kind of ends. So I'll be interested to see how the book matches up. But I know his movie version of Rebecca is almost word to word to the novel, so I would say it is pretty much similar, but I still think it will be interesting, and this is one that I've been meaning to get to for a long time. And then the final prompt is again one that everybody does at the end of the challenge, and that is to attend the Christmas feast. And for this you have to watch a Harry Potter movie. Kind of gets everyone in the Christmas mood, whether it be on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, around that kind of time. They are quite a festive film. They have obviously the Christmas in them. You can pick whatever Harry Potter movie, or I guess you could pick one of the new Fantastic Beasts as well. If you haven't seen the new one, you can maybe get it. And yeah, we'll watch this obviously is not absolutely compulsory. I have not seen all the movies, although I've read all the books multiple times. I think I've only seen 1 through 4 and parts of 5 in the movies. I watched the movies first before reading the books. I didn't read my books till I was in my 20s, and the movies didn't make sense to me even as a child. I like everything to make sense, and in the books it totally does make sense, but in the movies, without knowing the background of the books, I felt like it didn't make sense, just kind of put me off. I'm not a major fan, especially when it got 1 through 3 were fine, but 4 and the bits I saw of 5, it just didn't have the same feel. There was so much left out. I would just rather reread the book. So I'll probably watch The Sorcerer's Stone because I think that's the Christmassiest. And I'll probably, do that on like Boxing Day or something when I'm just relaxing at home and stuffing my face with chocolate. So that is it for my magical readathon Christmas TBR. If you're participating, please let me know down below, because I would love to chat to you now about what you're going to read, and also during the readathon, catch up on how you're doing and when you're watching the Harry Potter movie and stuff. I think it's just not only a fun readathon, but around the holiday time to bring people together, and especially sometimes when you're feeling a bit lonely around the holidays, to have this connection with people who love books as much as you do, I think is a really nice thing that G has done for everybody. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.